Anthony Joshua, former two-time heavyweight world champion, has spoken publicly for the first time since surviving a devastating car crash in Nigeria that claimed the lives of two of his closest friends. In emotional posts on Instagram and X, Joshua shared photographs alongside grieving family members with a simple but powerful caption, "My brother's keeper." The images show Joshua sitting quietly with the mothers of his late friends, Sina Gami and Lateef Alice Ayodele, while another photo captures Sina's sister clutching her brother's photograph, overwhelmed with grief. One of the photos also shows the boxer seated on the floor next to Latz's father, Alex Ayodele, a moment that underlines just how deeply personal this tragedy is for Joshua, who has known the families for years. Joshua, who was discharged from hospital on New Year's Eve and flew back from Nigeria to London ahead of the funerals scheduled for Sunday, the crash occurred on Monday, 29th of December 2025, on the busy Lagos-Ibadan highway in southwestern Nigeria. Joshua was traveling in an SUV with Sina Gami, a strength and conditioning coach, and Lateef Alice Ayodele, a personal trainer of Joshua, when the vehicle slammed into a stationary truck. Both Gami and Ayodele were killed instantly, while Joshua and the driver escaped with minor injuries. Tragically, just hours earlier, Joshua and Ayodele had shared cheerful videos on social media playing table tennis, moments that now serve as a haunting reminder of how quickly life can change. Nigerian police have since charged the driver, Adeniyi Mobolaji Kayode, a 46-year-old, with reckless and dangerous driving causing death. Court documents also list additional charges, including driving without a valid license, driving without due care and attention, causing bodily harm, and damage to property. Authorities in Ogun State told international media that preliminary investigations suggest the SUV was traveling at excessive speed and suffered a tire burst moments before the crash. Adeniyi Mobolaji Kayode has pleaded not guilty, claiming the crash was caused by brake failure. His lawyer told reporters that his client insists the incident was an accident and maintains that the vehicle's braking system failed unexpectedly. Kayode is scheduled to appear in court again on January 20 as the legal process continues. One of the most chilling revelations came later through court proceedings reported by British media. It was claimed that Anthony Joshua was originally seated in the front passenger seat but moved to the back of the SUV at the driver's request because the boxer's large frame was blocking the side mirror. That last-minute decision is now believed to have saved Joshua's life, a detail that has left fans and the boxing world stunned. Tributes poured in from across the sporting world. YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul, who had fought Joshua shortly before the trip, posted that life was much more important than boxing and said he was praying for everyone affected by the tragedy. Joshua had been holidaying in Nigeria following his bout with Paul in Miami and was reconnecting with his roots before the accident changed everything. Now, serious questions are being asked about Joshua's future in boxing. He has recently been linked to a potential blockbuster fight against fellow former world champion Tyson Fury in 2026, after Fury announced a surprise comeback. But Fury's promoter, Frank Warren, has publicly expressed concern that Joshua may never return to the ring, suggesting the psychological impact of the crash could outweigh physical recovery. Joshua's last professional bout before fighting Jake Paul was a brutal fifth-round knockout loss to Daniel Dubois in September. With grief, trauma, and unanswered questions hanging over him, Anthony Joshua now faces the toughest fight of his life, not in the ring, but within himself, as the world waits to see whether this chapter marks a pause or the end of a legendary boxing career.